Can you close a deal sitting at your client's kitchen table, or sitting in the living room of your client's house, or on the phone with your client at their most vulnerable moment? If you're not invited in to those situations, you're going to want to see this episode of The Dave Lorenzo Daily. Hi, I'm Dave Lorenzo, and this is where my deepest relationships grow and oftentimes begin. I get invited into my clients' homes at their most vulnerable moment. They call me to discuss some of the things they don't share with anybody else because they want strategic advice about how to get out of a sticky situation or close a deal or complete a merger or find financing for that big acquisition that they've always dreamed of. Now, how do I get myself into these situations? How do I become the person my clients call in their darkest hour or to fulfill the goals that surpass their wildest expectations? That's called developing relationship intimacy with your clients. And it is probably the most difficult thing to do. But once you do it, you have a relationship that lasts a lifetime. And the way to develop relationship intimacy with your clients over years is to deliver value that exceeds the investment the client is making. Your client depends upon you to see around corners. Your client depends upon you to anticipate things that are going to happen to them in the future. Your client depends upon you to protect them from the things that go bump in the night. If you sell private jets or machine parts for people in a factory, you may be thinking to yourself, what is this guy talking about? I just sell parts to people who own factories. You don't just do that. You have insight into an industry and you have the capability of delivering strategic advice. And that's the value you provide that is in excess of the investment your client is making. When you deliver that advice to your client, when you help the client understand where the industry is headed, the client then looks at you not only as a peer, but as someone who has fresh eyes, someone with insight into the future of the industry or the economy, and the client becomes reliant upon you and your advice. That's when you develop a relationship that's based on professional intimacy, and it's a relationship that will deliver value to you forever. Your focus should not be just on transactions. Your focus must be on helping your clients become more successful. Your focus must be on being invited into places like this, where you're sitting at the client's dining room table or sitting in the client's living room or on the phone with a client in the middle of the night, helping them get better peace of mind. Relationship intimacy is essential for your long-term success as a high-ticket, relationship-based sales professional. I'm Dave Lorenzo, and I hope you develop relationships just like this for the long term. I'll see you right back here again tomorrow for another edition of the Dave Lorenzo Daily, and until I do, here's hoping you do this and sell more.